Hey guys, it's Daniel, welcome back. If you like Nirvana, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of Nirvana related videos here, including interviews I've done with Steve Albini, Jack Endino, and many others. In today's video, I'm going to take a look at Big Cheese. Big Cheese is the 12th track off of Nirvana's debut record, Bleach. Well, sort of. It depends on which pressing of Bleach you get. The original pressing of Bleach only had 11 songs, and did not include Big Cheese, whereas reissues of Bleach usually have at least 13 songs, with Big Cheese coming in at number 12. Big Cheese is another one of Nirvana's hidden gems. It's not a very well-known song, but that's partly what makes it a Nirvana cult classic, so to speak. It's interesting, though, that Big Cheese doesn't have more recognition because Big Cheese is the B-side to Nirvana's first ever single, Love Buzz, released in November of 1988, nearly 8 months before Bleach itself was released on June 15, 1989. Nirvana originally wanted their song Blandest to be the B-side on the Love Buzz single, but producer Jack Endino convinced Nirvana to go with Big Cheese instead. In Jack's own words, "I thought Big Cheese would be a little more exciting than Blandest as the release of their first original song." And ultimately, they went with that. Blandest ultimately did not even end up on Bleach, though it was released in 2004 as part of the With the Lights Out box set. Nirvana first performed Big Cheese live on March 19th, 1988 at the Community World Theater in Tacoma. According to Chris Novoselic, the song was written pretty quickly. Big Cheese came together in one night. I remember Kurt played the riff, and I went, "Whoa, cool." So I started playing my bass, and somebody threw a chord change in there, probably Kurt, and I was playing off the drums. That song was a well-crafted song. Just the dynamics between the bass and drums change and bring it all up into this kind of crescendo. That wasn't the only praise Chris Novoselic had for Big Cheese. In 2009, Chris Novoselic interviewed Chad Channing, Nirvana's drummer from parts of 1988 to 1990, for the Seattle Weekly. During this interview, Chris Novoselic said the following: "I think one of the best songs you and I worked on together was Big Cheese. Kurt came up with that 2-note riff for the verses. You and I took off for that instrumental bridge. I went up high on the neck of the bass, and you did that great double kick." As author Jillian G. Garr points out, Chad Channing had his own praise for Big Cheese as well. That's actually still one of my favorite songs. I've always liked that one just because of the intensity of it, the heaviness of it. I think it's the feel of the song, the way it flowed. I always pictured it as being like on a rowboat in the middle of a storm. Sometimes it's mellow, and then it'd kick back up again. It was fun too, because when I was playing with Nirvana, I was just getting into playing with double kick pedals again, and that song has a lot of that in it. So it was really fun. It was a really fun song to play for me. The former Nirvana bandmates weren't the only fans of Big Cheese either. Calvin Johnson, founder of the Olympia-based indie label K Records, put out a glowing review of the Love Buzz Big Cheese single prior to its release. Nirvana are the happening Olympia combo at present. Transplanted Aberdeen natives raised on a diet of sawdust and pure Melvins. They've got a 45 coming out real quick on Sub Pop Records. Big Cheese starts out something like any other Sub Pop axe grinder, till Kurt Cobain starts in with his crooning. Then you're hooked. The flip is a cover of Shocking Blue's Love Buzz. Buy a half dozen and keep them like you do your silverware. This guy's gonna make $1 million. Big Cheese is a term used to describe someone of high stature, someone of importance, a big shot. In some cases, the term can also be used sarcastically to mock someone, as is the case with many of Nirvana's songs. This song deals with the theme of anti-authority, and the original lyrics to Big Cheese changed over time before finally being recorded in studio. The final version of the lyrics to Big Cheese are a reflection of Kurt's sentiments towards Jonathan Poneman at the time. Jonathan Poneman being the co-founder of Sub Pop Records, the label Nirvana were signed to at that time. I was expressing all the pressures that I felt from him, Jonathan Poneman, at the time because he was so judgmental about what we were recording. In the song Big Cheese, The most direct reference to Jonathan Poneman is the line about going to the office. Big cheese make me, mine says, go to the office. As mentioned, thematically, Big Cheese is in essence an anti-authority song, which of course is one of the recurring themes throughout Nirvana's catalog of music. And more so than just thematically, Big Cheese also shows off a lot of the signature traits of Nirvana, particularly of early Nirvana. Kurt's vocals are very intense and very loud, as is the music behind it. And that intensity, the fact that the production isn't super well polished, it just adds to the feeling of that song. It's really a great example of what quote-unquote pure, unfiltered Pacific Northwest grunge is. The intensity and the rage in Kurt's voice is, of course, one of the things that has made him so endearing to so many people and has made him an icon of not just alternative music, but of music in general. And really, if you're looking for a song in which Kurt is shredding his vocals, there aren't many much better than this one. If you like intense, enraged Kurt Cobain, then Big Cheese is definitely a good place for you to go. It's well known that Kurt was never a fan of being told what to do. It's well known that he was a rebellious person at heart and that his music is a reflection of that. However, what's interesting is that Kurt didn't mind being told what to do during photo shoots of all things. In photographer Charles Peterson's own words, Kurt liked having his picture taken. He enjoyed the process, which you wouldn't think he would of all people. You think he'd hate it, Like Screaming Trees lead singer Mark Lanegan. He just hated it. He's like, can I just hide behind something? And it's like, no, Mark, you can't hide behind something. That's not having your picture taken. But Kurt, he was fine with the process. He's just, oh, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to stand here? Do you want me to do this? Never any complaints. For the record, most of the photographs used in this video here are photographs taken by Charles Peterson. I was able to interview Charles Peterson at his house in April of 2019 for my documentary Rock is Dead. If you'd like to see Rock is Dead, the full film is available on my YouTube channel for free. It's linked in the description box below, and it's also pinned as the top comment. As is the case with all my Nirvana videos and all the videos on my channel, the content that I create is all original. All the interviews are original, and I don't have a crew supporting me, so if you want to help me continue to make these videos, the best way you can is to simply subscribe to my channel. Now, funny enough, as mentioned, the song is about Jonathan Poneman and in general about anti-authority, but there are some people out there who have claimed online that the song is literally about cheese, and they're very, very defensive about that. Like they firmly believe this song is literally about cheese. It would be funny if down the road it turns out that's what it's actually about, but I highly doubt that this song is literally about cheese. I'm not making fun of those people because, everyone's experience of music is subjective, even though I feel like with Big Cheese, especially Kurt's explanation of what it's about, it does seem pretty straightforward that this song is in fact about Jonathan Poneman, although who knows, maybe Kurt was just saying that's what the song's about and it really genuinely is about cheese. The question is then, which type of cheese? Who knows? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you do like Nirvana, make sure to subscribe. A lot more to come. And I hope that the next time you are faced with a platter of cheese or a pizza or anything involving a cheese product, you take a moment to reflect as to whether or not Big Cheese is a song about Jonathan Poneman or if it's literally about cheese. I think these are the important questions that we as a society should be facing.